Okay, folks, so welcome back to MT Sneaker Stores, where I show you my sneakers that I bought and enjoy for my own personal reasons. You know, sometimes they are the popular shoes, sometimes they're not, but they're things I put my own money on, and unless someone else is paying, other people's opinions don't really matter to me. I buy what I like. So today, another unusual New Balance. I've shared some with you in the past, and I like not weird stuff, but you know, something off the usual beaten path, off the usual hype train, and that's great because you can find them usually at good discounts. And today I'm sharing another one that I picked up at a Japanese secondhand brand store, whatever you want to call it, for some very good pricing. Very happy I found it because it is unusual and it has really cool materials and it's different, and I like that. So today is the M991PSG, another 991 I have not seen on YouTube. I don't think I've ever seen them reviewed anywhere. I saw a picture of them and a couple comments on Reddit once about the shoe, remarking about the materials, especially the heel with the long blue suede, but that's about it. You know, people haven't really talked about this shoe. I think it's a couple years old. I think it's 2022 release, I believe. But I just think it's a really cool shoe. This is the kind of sneaker that if it was a collab with somebody, it would probably sell for a lot more. But because it isn't and it's unusual, it kind of sat. And the prices are very reasonable now to pick them up. I got this probably at about 50% off what its original retail was, which is considerable here in Japan. So the suede is a base, usual gray suede. I think that's the typical New Balance gray color, I believe. Kind of hard to tell out of context, but yeah. The rear heel cap area is a longer, hairy blue suede. It's really nice. It almost looks like it has hits of gray in it, but it's just the kind of the texture, the way it looks, and I think the hair has less color on it, so it kind of stands out that way. A little bit of yellow on the heel, some hits of pink on the tongue, and the side pod, the front pod rather, are colored pink. Again, nothing in those that I know of. It's just a applique basically. And the green or teal mesh base layer is ripstop, which is pretty cool. I do like ripstop in my sneakers. With ripstop though, you got to be a little cautious. Like some other more heavy nylons and that, it's not going to give as much as an open nylon. So if it's tight fit, it's going to be much tighter with material like this than with a more open mesh. So just keep that in mind. You know, if a shoe's snug, this will make it snugger, if that's a word, unless they design to accommodate that. And I haven't seen New Balance do that. I've seen ASICS do that. When ASICS makes Gore-Texes, they tend to run a little bigger than non-Gore-Tex in the same model. At least that's true for my Sonoma 1550 Gore-Texes. I haven't seen that in New Balance. They tend to be exactly the same last, the same size. So just be mindful of that. If you're kind of on the edge of being a little bit snug in your 991s and you get a material like this, it'll be a little bit tighter. Not painfully so, not uncomfortably so, but it'll be tighter. But anyway, yeah, I think this color combination is really pretty cool. It's got some nice New Balance base gray on it, you know, with some hits of teal in the underlayer, the pink, the blue, the yellow. You know, everything kind of works together. The insole is very basic on this one. The midsole, simple two-tone with a black stability heel clip. The back is a bit of a greenish gray. The front is kind of off-white, pink pod and black ABZORB pods, or pod covers rather, and a little bit of black synthetic leather right here. Pretty sure that's synthetic. It feels like synthetic to me. Yeah, this might be synthetic. Feels kind of nubuckish. Could be real nubuck. I'm not sure. Anyway, doesn't really matter too much to me. Overall, the materials are really good, as they always are with 991. And as 991s are, I've mentioned before, my other 991s, especially M991s, the first version, they do tend to be stiffer than some people will be used to, in a sneaker, that they're used to very plush sneakers, or some other ones. These are stiffer than most 900 series New Balance, certainly more than the 990 V6, which I personally don't like because it's too squishy. It's a good deal more plush than the V2 991, of course, as you would expect, because that has fuel cell in it. But these do have their own comfort, and they're very stable, and they do break in ways you don't expect. Usually when you talk about break in, you talk about the uppers. I find on 991s, the sole gets softer over time, fairly quickly. After 5 or so walks, it'll start to soften up a little bit and seems to fit your foot more. And they're very, very stable. Like I said, there's no wobble to them. They're not particularly wide shoes, although they're not narrow either. But they are very stable. I think they're a great shoe for walking and standing all day. Me personally, I don't like super squishy shoes. I don't like running shoes, modern running shoes. The softest I can deal with is a Gel 1130 from ASICS. And also, as far as like new tech squishiness, the Mizuno Wave Rider Beta, which I have. I've shared at least one video of those. I have 3 pairs. I'll share some more videos. That's newer. It has the Wave Rider 26 midsole on it, so it's new. Got a lot of rebound to it, not too squishy, and that's just comfortable for me. I weigh about 220 to 230, so yeah, if it's too soft, it's gonna kind of bottom out and you just feel wobbly. I don't like that. I've got some leg damages from years ago that I need to be a little more mindful of support. So things like Counter 14s, those are great, good support. And these 991 is another good model. Really good support, excellent comfort. Not squishy, but not too firm either, I think. And they look cool. They taper. They've got a nice sweep. They look really cool when you're looking down, especially this model with the pink and the green, everything like that. And they're gonna last. I mean, I think 991s are some of the best built New Balances out there. From what I've seen, my personal opinion, I think the made in England ones are a little better made than the made in USA ones, just my personal experience. Although for some reason, on 991s that I get, I think also my 920s, there's always stray threads everywhere on the made in England ones. I don't know if that's just like an English factory thing, a flimby thing, but there's always some threads I gotta go clip off with my small scissors. But anyway, M991 PSG, unusual color, great shoe, timeless design, high quality. I've worn these, very comfortable. Go wear them again soon, because as I say, get out there, wear your shoes, don't let them waste away in boxes, all right? Build some memories, get some exercise. Shoes, you can collect them, but use them. They're for wearing, for having fun. Okay. Anyways, until next time, take care, everybody. I'll see you later.